Real Madrid have officially appointed the next Real Madrid manager. Replacing Zinedine Zidane will be Julen Lopetegui, who is currently the manager of Spain. This is quite a surprise. I haven't seen this reported. I didn't see this coming. I don't really know much about him, but it's been confirmed by Madrid in the past few minutes that Lopetegui is the guy that will be taking Real Madrid forward. So he, as I said, is currently the manager of Spain, but after the World Cup, similar to what Van Gaal did in 2014, will be leaving for club football. So who is Lopetegui? He started off at Real Madrid. He played 61 times for the B team and played once for Real Madrid senior team. He went on to play for Rayo Vallecano and as well Barcelona, where he made 5 appearances. He made 1 appearance for Spain's national team, and in 2003 he became assistant manager at Spain under 17 level before taking up a job at Rayo Vallecano in 2003. And this is where things got interesting. He just had an 18% win ratio during his time there, which is very, very disappointing. He went away for a long time. And he then resurfaced as manager of Real Madrid B in 2008. He played 38 games, winning 18, drew 9 and lost 11 with a 47% win ratio. In 2010, he took up the manager's job at Spain under 19, and was very successful, having a win ratio of a massive, ungodly 72%. He also, during that time, won the European Under 19 Championship. He in 2010 also was in charge of the Spanish under-20s. So he held both roles. 70% win ratio with the under-20s. In 2012, he then took over as under-21 manager of Spain until 2014, playing 11 and winning every single game, including the under-21 European Championships. In 2014, he left the country and joined Porto. He spent 2 years at Porto, and it doesn't say he won anything during his time there, but did have a 68 win % ratio, which is absolutely tremendous, leading him to leaving Porto and joining the Spanish national senior team, where he has been since 2016. During his 20 games in charge, he has won 14, drew 6 and lost none. So he took over after the Euros, I assume, and has had a 70% win ratio there and has been very successful. It is expected that the Spanish national team will be challenging for the World Cup title this month, and it will be interesting to see how he will be developing his players. This is someone who has done very well at national level. It is really, really random and out of the blue. This is somebody that was linked with Wolves a few seasons ago after they were taken over. However, they went with Walter Zenga, and he stayed there. So in 2016, he took over from Vicente Del Bosque after he retired, and his first game was the 1st of September against Belgium. So he took over after the Euros, and this will be his first and only major tournament. So he wouldn't have done anything else. So it's a very strange appointment. I understand why they've gone for someone so well known to the Spanish nationals. He's been involved at every single level. So he's been involved at under 17, 19, 20, 21 and at senior level. This is somebody who is very experienced at nationals level, but is yet to really make a mark as a manager in club football, having a bad spell at Rayo Vallecano and a spell at Porto. It was expected that Guti might have got the job. There was also reports of them wanting Pochettino. None of these materialised, and this is the man to take the club forward. There is no knowing how this will go. It's going to be a tough job, but obviously he feels like he can take them to the next level. It's going to be incredibly hard to top what Zidane did, but one thing he has to do is get them back on track in the La Liga, where they finish miles behind rivals Barcelona. He is one of the few people that has played for both Barcelona and Real Madrid. This is something that doesn't happen very often, and it will be interesting to see how this will go down with Real Madrid. Like I say, this is totally out of the blue. I was expecting Guti. It was said that Sociedad had approached Real Madrid, but they said that he was taking over the job, or that was the impression they were given. So, but he has ended up with the Real Madrid job, probably one of the biggest jobs in world football. It's going to be tough for him. He has a lot to deal with. But having said that, look at the people he has to deal with in his Spanish national team. It's full of big egos, like he will be having when he takes over at Real Madrid. So you have a lot of very good players. He's worked with a lot of these players. He's worked with the likes of Carvajal, Nacho, Ramos, as well as people like Vasquez, Asensio, and of course Isco. So they're all from Real Madrid. He has also worked with some longer term targets such as David De Gea with the Spanish national team. This is going to be a test for him. He has to really sort everything out. It's rumoured Ronaldo's unhappy, Isco's unhappy, Bale is unhappy, Benzema's aging. They have a lot to do. Just because they won the Champions League, they doesn't mean they don't have to do anything. They need a lot of work. It's going to be incredibly hard for him, but he has experience of dealing with big egos, such as Diego Costa. It will be interesting to see what he can do. But I am very surprised by this news. But having said that, it's interesting to see that they have gone with someone different. It'll be interesting to see. Valverde wasn't very well received when he joined Barcelona last season, but nearly did an unbeaten season in La Liga last year, winning La Liga. I think they won the Copa del Rey as well. Things didn't go too well in the Champions League, but that was somebody who wasn't very well received by Barcelona and their supporters. But that worked out extremely well. So there's no point in judging before he has a go. It will be interesting to see how he does. It will be something to worth keeping an eye on. He'll have the Champions League, he'll have the league, and he will be a very, very busy boy. As well as this, he will also be having a lack of time. Now, unlike the Premier League, the transfer window does not shut before the start of the season. As well as this, the league starts later than in England. So he will have a little bit longer, but he will still have a very short time to do his transfer business and connect with the squad and get everything ready for his first spell in charge of a club since 2016. Tell me your thoughts down below on this story and how you think this lad will get on as manager of Real Madrid. Tell me down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'm Mike, and I will see you soon.